I'm Ron and I'm back again, already with another RSR Classic. Tonight I am reviewing the 2018 CONCACAF Champions League Final. Toronto FC versus Chivas Guadalajara. Aggregate score tied 3-3. Toronto FC loses on penalties 4-2. Chivas scores the 4 penalties. Toronto misses 2 of their 4, and it's 4-2 on penalties. Chivas wins that way. And we'll talk about both legs of the final, and then we'll wrap up this whole retrospective week. So, leg 1 starts off quickly. 2nd minute, ball crossed in to Rodolfo Pizarro. He's in all alone, in clean, he shoots past Bono, scores 1-0 Chivas. Then in the 19th minute, Delgado has the ball, centers it, Osorio slides in, puts the ball in the net, scores 1-1, tied 1-1 on aggregate, but Chivas has the away goal, but the match is tied 1-1. And then in the 72nd minute, Chivas has a free kick. Alex Bono is way off his line. Polito pulls an Olympico, top right corner, Bono can't save it, and it's 2-1. And that's the way the match would end. And the sad part about it is, the first leg, is there were so many missed chances by Toronto FC. Josie missed 3 good chances. Javinko missed 1. Delgado missed a sitter. Pretty equal, related, just like the one he missed in Guadalajara in the 90th minute to send it to penalties, because if he would have scored that, we would have won the tie right off. But Delgado missed 2 sitters in 2 games that looked exactly alike, except this one was not as late in the match. It was like the 55th minute, and it was still over the bar. It actually probably wasn't as far over the bar as the second one was, but Toronto missed so many great chances in the first leg. If they would have scored 2 or even 1 of like the 7 that they missed, we wouldn't be talking about losing on penalties and the heartbreak that brought. But no, they missed all 7 great chances. Altidore, 3 great shots, missed or saved. 2 of them were saved, 1 of them was a miss. Delgado, the referred to first sitter, missed. Oso missed another. I think Javinko missed another. And Moore had a great run that he missed. And Zavaleta had a great run that was passed to somebody. I think that was Vasquez. And Vasquez missed that. So, I mean, the offense went off the gas and it ruined the tournament for us. If the offense didn't take their foot off the gas pedal like they did in the first leg of the tie, we would have won the CONCACAF Champions League in 2018. All we had to do was score 1 of those 7 goals, and we didn't. And we should have. And there were all really great chances. And it was against a backup goalkeeper. Because remember, in this game, Rodolfo Cota was suspended. He could not play the first leg. And we let a backup goalkeeper make us look horrible. I mean, Cota, we actually looked better against Cota than the backup goalkeeper. Which is weird. I mean, what? Actually what? Like, that's nuts. The defense, the first goal, yeah, that was a horrible mistake. The second one, Bono was off his line. You can't blame the defense for the free kick, the Olympico. The defense did good without Mavinga. Drew Moore was playing. Zavaleta was starting. Vanderwell was one of the 3 center backs. You had Morgan and Alro. It was a good defense. And Bradley also played a good amount of defense. It was good. It was great. The defense was great in this tie for Toronto. Honestly. Except for like 2 mistakes. That were costly. But the defense was awesome. Like, the defense played better than the offense in this tie. If we're being completely honest. So that's just great. 2-1 down going to Guadalajara. What would happen? In the 18th minute, Alan Polito? No. Wasn't Polito. Wasn't Pizarro either. It's the other one. Somebody, number 21, right? Yeah, number 21. Number 21 goes, number 21, blacked out on his name, forgot. Can't believe I did that. Wasn't Polito, wasn't Pizarro. I know his number was 21, I think. Don't know why I forgot. I had a brain fart, and it's not coming back to me. Point being is I remember the play. Alro got dummied. He took it himself. Alro got dummied. And the 18th minute. He shoots. He scores. Past Bono to make it 3-1 Chivas. And the aggregate score 1-0 in the game. Then in the 25th minute, Josie Altidore gets a pass from Nicholas Hassler. Hassler keeps it in. Centers it to Josie. Josie taps it in into an empty net. 1-1, 3-2 on aggregate. Toronto gets the away goal, one of the away goals that they need. And then in the 44th minute, Sebastian Giovinco takes it himself, shoots near post, scores with a right outside of the box shot, near post. I wouldn't say it was a far shot, but it was a low, right outside the box, near post shot. Fools Kota, scores, makes it 2-1 on the night, 3-3 on aggregate. It's tied, and that's the way it would stay. And then, into the 90th minute. Delgado gets the ball off a pass, has a sitter right there, and he puts it over the bar. Which means it's going to penalties. And before we get into penalties, let's talk about the 90 minutes. The defense, again, was awesome for TFC. The offense was better in this game, but the defense was awesome. Michael Bradley in a Mascherano type role with playing with 3 outside backs around him, Vanderwill, Morgan, and Alro. It was great, besides that one first goal. It was great. It was great. And it's so sad that we wasted our defensive efforts. But at least we got the penalties. So, how would that go? For the first penalty, Chivas scores their first. Giovinco scores the first. Second, Chivas scores their second. Osorio shoots his into the bar. In the third penalty, Chivas scores theirs. Delgado gets a bit of redemption, scores his. Fourth penalty, Chivas scores theirs. Up steps Michael Bradley. He puts it over the bar into row Z and misses. Chivas wins 4-2 on penalties, and they are the CONCACAF champions of 2018. Because even though it was supposed to be a beautiful day for Toronto FC, Alex Bono thought it would be a good idea to sing Sunday, Bloody Sunday while letting in all 4 of those penalties from Chivas. So, Toronto loses 4-2 on penalties after a valiant effort in the whole Champions League, but especially the final. Toronto FC loses on penalties. And looking at that tie, it's honestly probably one of the most sad moments I have as a Toronto FC fan. Because you could say, but what about 2016? We absolved those demons in 2017. It was like, okay, we may have lost one, even though we should be 2-time defending champions back-to-back. I'll take the one. I'll take the one. We absolve that. Great. At home, best season ever, we absolve that. On to the Champions League. And then they make this wonderful run. Hopeful. I told everybody that I knew that Toronto FC was going to get past Tigres. And what happened? They got past Tigres in the second round, the round of 8, the quarterfinal. People were like, oh, they're not getting past Club America. I'm like, you know what? They just beat Tigres. They'll get past America. And they're like, no, no, no. And then what happened? They got past America. And I'm like, Chivas is the worst team out of the 3 that we faced. They're even worse than Colorado. And Colorado don't even register on this list. They're going to beat Chivas. People are like, okay, we're starting to believe you. We're starting to believe you. We agree. They're second last in the Clausura. Probably, you're right. And then the first leg happens. And I'm like, we still got the second leg. We're resilient. We're resolute. We're going to come back. Just you wait. Just you wait. Just you wait. We'll be back. Don't worry. We're going to come back in the second leg. And everybody that I knew, even me, well, not just me, but everybody that I knew, because of me putting over that Champions League final, everybody watched. Everybody was asking me that day at my high school, because I was a junior at that 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18. I was in the second semester of my junior year. Everybody was asking me, where can we watch this game? Because you have put Toronto over so much. We want to see an MLS team win this tournament, and you believe they could pull this off. Where can we watch this game? And I'm like, Univision. If you have DirecTV, $4.54. Find Univision Deportes. And you'll find Toronto FC versus Chivas Guadalajara. And watch this game. Because they'll come back. And then, the first 45 minutes, they tie the aggregate up. Everybody's texting me, oh, you called it. It's like, everybody's texting me, oh, wait, damn, you called it. You called it. And I'm like, yeah, you think I wouldn't have? This team is way too good. And then I checked my phone right before penalty kicks, and they're like, okay, Toronto's got a chance. And I'm like, I didn't text back anybody because I was like, no. You know they lost MLS Cup on penalties. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. I'm like, not going to say anything. So, what happened? And then, after penalty kicks, nobody disrespected. Nobody did. They were like, Toronto did all they could. They did all they could. And I'm like, you don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it. And you don't know the half. You don't know half of it. And they fought so hard in that tournament. And I was going to cry myself to sleep. I did cry myself to sleep that night after that loss. But the most beautiful thing after that loss was, more than anything, everybody was like, people saw I was sad the next day. And they were like, you shouldn't be sad. I'm like, you don't understand. This ain't your team. You just watched the final. This ain't your team like it is mine. But like, but they fought so hard. You know how hard they fought. And even then, I'm still depressed when I think about this game. I'm still sad when I think about this tie. But thinking about it in that lens, the fact that even though they lost, they fought so hard to get to penalties and impressed everybody. In a season where it was basically going to go from there, was going to go complete rock bottom. It was like, we didn't know that then, but we did not know that then, but the season that was going to go rock bottom, everybody was like, you know what, you should be proud of them for doing what they did. You shouldn't feel sad. You should feel proud. Y'all showed everybody that an MLS team could do this. Or just get there and nearly do this. But get there and have as good of a chance as any. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. We should have won. It was there. All we had to do was score one more goal at home. But, yeah. That game was... But the fact that everybody, like, tried to comfort me the day after the loss was amazing. I don't know why I'm telling this personal story, but I am, because you know what? This is how I feel about that tie. But the fact that everybody tried to comfort me in a way, or at least everybody that I talked to that watched it, I liked that. I really did. Because I didn't need that. I knew how to take it. I could take it. I took it. Yeah, I may have been sad. I didn't need it. Your words weren't like what I look at it as, but sure. Thank you. That's good. I mean, I love that you think of us as some sort of inspirational, that was some sort of inspirational moral victory there, instead of me just being depressed because we got so close but came up yet so far. But hey, if you want to look at it as some sort of moral victory for the MLS, go right ahead. And and somebody use that moral victory thing to make me feel better, great. But I did not look at that loss as a moral victory. But I could see why people would, but not me. I mean, it's still better than 8 years of Toronto FC's history. But being so close but coming up yet so far is just not fun. I'm sorry. So, that's how I feel about this tie. Just still, 2 years on. And even if we win the Champions League, I'm still going to regret this missed chance for TFC. Even if we win 10. Like, even in the next 20 years, if we win 10. If they win a 10th Champions League, it's going to, I mean, in 20 years. It's still not going to go away. It's not. This tie was just saddening, but that's what it is. It is what it is. So if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. I'll be back tomorrow with another TFC parody song cover. Because, you know, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.